to save some dough. But day by day, boy, it getting hard for so. It's really crucial now we save a buck. But the system have a million ways to suck. Yes, man, everywhere I turn, it's the same concern. I'm telling you flat, man, I can't deal with that. It's like they just come to take my money. They play on clearance, they relax, but then they raise the patch attack, mama, woy. Like they just come to take my money. I come to tongue go back in a wrong. I back get the right ticket, say l'argent, 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 l'argent. But what they say? Hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight, be loyal. Hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight, support the party, I tell you. It's a baba guys who we may say be loyal. Hey, hey. Hold tight, Lucy, hold tight. Listen, everyone knows that it is true. To run things, brother, we need revenue. And one thing that is very clear, people don't live on welfare down here. And it's always a bill. Most times it's a bad deal. Like it's we alone that steal. Like it's the oppressed they come to kill. It's like they just come to take my money. Now everywhere they selling sheds. All the money where's mama woy. Like they just come to take my money. Every day, lotto I playing. Always someone else winning. Say l'argent, 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 l'argent. But what they say? Hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight, support your party. I say hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight, be loyal. If they rub you, wave your hand. If they rub you, wave your flag, mama. Wave your dollars in the sky. Wave your dollars high, high, high.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Wave your flag. Wave your dollars in the sky. Wave your dollars high, high. Hold tight, Lucy.
And how are we doing this afternoon?
I say hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight. Be loyal, I tell you.
I hope everybody is doing fine.
We are our people, yes, with lots of pride. And we tired of being taken for a ride.
Go ahead right now and share the live.
Yes, you know we pick it
Let them know that Royalty James is on.
till our hope.
It is 4 minutes past the 06.
But
It's the 14th day of November.
say no pain, no gain. But it seems like this
It has been mostly cloudy for the rest of the evening.
thing again.
Always been wonderful weather.
It's like they just come to take my money. Yo, the yokai, forte judgment. Men do back away.
Today I want to represent the people out there in St. Lucia by
Money. Woi, moving the coil in yo.
in a big tune from St. Lucia.
L'argent, l'argent,
L'argent means money.
l'argent.
Like they just come to take my l'argent.
But what they say? Hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight. Be loyal, I say hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight. Support the party, I tell you.
They didn't know I know patois.
Where?
They didn't know we have St. Lucian family. They didn't know we are Lucian friends. Today will be a little heat by. If you can't stand the heat,
Support your party,
get out of St. Lucia.
be patient, I beg you. Things will get better, I say.
So go ahead, share the live right now on my YouTube page. I want to start over that song, man. I'm starting over that song.
Eh, miss,
Want a big audience today.
l'argent, ça.
We have 46 viewers here on Facebook.
Man, yo, tune in. L'argent, l'argent. Vous avez dit mon sauce à la
We have 63 over
money. À côté.
on YouTube. Today's a competition, eh?
Yo,
YouTube, are you looking good?
save some dough.
Facebook, all you have some catching up to do.
It's getting hard for so. It's really crucial now we save a buck. But the system have a million ways to suck. Yes, man, everywhere I turn, it's the same concern. I'm telling you flat. Man, I can't deal with
Delana, good evening.
It's like they just.
Delana come very close, come close to mommy's system right now.
But then they raise the patch at my
Happy advanced birthday to you.
money.
Coming from your mommy.
In a wrong. I
Delana, have yourself a wonderful day tomorrow. Whatever you do, lady, have fun. From the classroom, happy birthday. Alright? So let's jump into our conversations quick and fast because I know we might get carried away with the music. So we're going to pause the music for a little while. So I start today's class by saying good evening to everybody again. And I hope everybody would have had themselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Somebody say, I want them NDC badge and cause them Lucians. Only NMP all your strength for. I never heard things so yet. Ladies and gentlemen. So again, good afternoon. And you all are not going to make me at no point in time break my schedule. I have a schedule that I work with, and I want to ensure that today I work along with a schedule. Persons are not going to make me get into conversations that I'm not yet ready to get into conversations about. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let us take our time and get where we want to go. All right. So first and foremost, as I said, I want to say welcome to everybody. If you're a first-time person tuning in or listening, we want to say a special welcome to you, and I want to welcome you wholeheartedly to the classroom, right? On the behalf of the New York chapter of the New National Party, they want to say a special thank you for the persons that came out last Saturday to the Old Dong and Old Talk. All right. Well, they wanted to compare audience and crowd as it relates to persons deciding to cook a little oil dong. You understand me? They wanted us to be as big as the gala. But however, it is what it is because we said it was what? An old talk and oil dong. And when you have settings like that, it is persons on their own merit to come out and, give a little support. Or, it's not like Grenada where we have a much more downtime. In America, persons are always on the beat and wanting to able to get that capital so they would help families back home. All right. It was only $25. All right. So it was okay to go and purchase an oil dong. It was not 100 US or 40 US. Right. It was very cheap. So persons had the opportunity to go there whether or not. All right. Over the weekend, we would have seen a birthday celebration in that of our political leader and 23-year-old Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and PD Martinique, the Right Honorable Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, would have celebrated his birthday last Sunday. And from what we would have seen there at Pier 57, he would have had a ball of a time. He had fun with his friends and with his family as per usual. And so we want to extend a happy belated birthday greetings from the classroom to Dr. Keith Mitchell. All right. However, in the same breath, or I shouldn't say in the same breath, however, I would say in a low-key manner, we would have lost one of our stalwarts, one of Grenada's greatest, if not the greatest, Minister of Sports Grenada have ever seen, in that of Mr. Adrian Spaceman Mitchell. All right, we know what his legacy has been when it comes to the sporting industry throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. Right, I can see persons, especially in the Sauteurs area, that spoke with the sporting institution of Hard Rock, and person who shared their sentiment, and it is without a doubt, and I can put that on record. I believe I can say it openly that Mr. Mitchell is the greatest minister of sports Grenada have ever seen. Right, we know his involvement and development in many different aspects of sporting throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. He traveled far and wide. He got everybody involved. All right, somebody saying that the first vote was for Mr. Mitchell. Yolanda is saying that. All right, a stalwart of a gentleman. Right, he was always dedicated to what he was dedicated to. And I believe that area, the St. Patrick's East area, would have gotten a little bit open when he gave up the role up there. But we know definitely with Mr. Spaceman at the chair, he was always the person to beat. flying the flag high of the new national party. All right, so we know of his work and dedication through the length and breadth of Grenada. I have had friends even that support the other side that said without a doubt that this gentleman was one that would be given the crown when it comes to the sporting facilitation in Grenada, the development of sports in Grenada. He played an integral part, and I'm not talking on any specific sporting avenue. I am speaking holistically. This gentleman got involved in sports, in basketball, in cricket, in football. And I'm telling you, there are persons who can attest to this. That the dedication that Mr. Adrian would have given to sports in Grenada, and persons even within his constituency, who said to you, listen to me, I would go anywhere that man sent me, because of things that he did for persons even within the constituency. Many persons within the River Sally area that I have had conversation with even before his passing. I remember during my time, very young, being a part of the new national party. I remember when they used to have things like youth bees and so on, when we had youth programs and so on. One of the ministers you were sure to see there was Mr. Adrian Mitchell. So we want to say thank you for your service. We want to say condolences to your entire family and to your friends out there in River Sally Cities. We want to say that weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And so we want you to hold fast that he's in a better place. His work here is done. And I believe the Almighty would have said, my child, come home. And so when things like that happen, we are just to share the sentiment of the condolences expressed and wish all the best to him, his family, in this time of grievance. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into our today's conversation. I know many of you guys would have been intrigued for the past weekend in terms of so many things that have been happening, so many things that have happened. More or less. I want to say this openly. And before I jump into the actual aspect of the conversation, people, let me say this. There are things that are constitutionally right. There are things that are legally right. And there are things that are morally right. And let me take that again. There are things that are constitutionally right. Things that basically gives an individual of a state the go ahead, the right to do what is expected. There are things that are legally right, where you consider that are laws, right? And there are things that are morally right. Now, I speak to the press conference that was held this morning and the discrepancies that are basically being faced by Her Majesty's opposition party team. Now, at the end of the day, the question remains, ladies and gentlemen, that if a body of persons are expected to have a meeting and an individual or individuals would have mentioned two engagements that may delay the opportunity to have that meeting, no, it is not constitutionally wrong. No, it's not legally wrong. But I believe it is morally wrong that if somebody says to you, hey, listen to me, I know you schedule a meeting for X and X time, but these are the circumstances that we're being faced with. This is what we are wanting to do. And so we're making the request to do X, Y, or Z. Now, it is only right, even more morally correct, that you go back to this person and you say to them, listen to me, we do understand the issue that you might be having, but we cannot accommodate you based on X, Y, or Z. Now, this present government, and you remember, it didn't start now. It starts since they acquired office. The blatant belief that they are now in power and governance and anything that goes with it is what they can do and what they feel like. Now, Prime Minister Mitchell basically mentioned yesterday that, hey, listen, I don't need to be there for that meeting. I don't need to be there for that meeting. That meeting, I don't need to be there. But in the same breath, he's saying to the Grenadian people that the meeting is of paramount importance and it takes the agenda of the ahead year budget. So if that meeting is so important and you are saying to the Grenadian people, I don't need to be here for that meeting, but you are the leader. You are the leader and saying that I don't need to be here for that meeting, but you're bringing the notion across that the opposition is trying to blatantly bring distributory to the House of Parliament by mentioning that they cannot attend that meeting on that specific day, and you're going ahead to say that the meeting is so important that they should be there, but you're saying in the same breath that you shouldn't be there. My question to you, Mr. Prime Minister, is whether or not the meeting is important for state, or is it just important for the mere fact that the opposition would have requested that the time be rescheduled? This is simple morals. This is simple morals. And I'm certain that if the Prime Minister would have been called to a meeting and says to the individuals, listen, I may not be able to attend that meeting for whatever reason, right? And he went on to say that the opposition is making a request, or the opposition leader is making a request for the adjournment without an excuse. Now, I am baffled at that statement for one of two reasons. Is it meaning that if Dr. Mitchell or anybody within the opposition says, hey, I cannot attend this meeting, so now they would have to specify I cannot attend this meeting because I have to go on bed? I have to attend this because you need to take into consideration, and Brother David said it this morning, and others share the same sentiment. Remember, no, they do not have the ministerial positions to cover. But at the same time, persons have their individual lives. They have their individual lives. And so if you guys want to drop the flag and go ahead and do whatever all you want and when all you want, this is not how the persons do their things. At the end of the day, my question to you is, what did they do wrong in simply requesting a rescheduling and requesting an answer or response to the request made? Because I believe one of the things that Ms. Modest mentioned this morning is that persons was not given a timely response. And as I said, it is only morally correct that if somebody is requesting that, hey, I may not be able to attend something, and so I am requesting a rescheduling, I am expecting there and then that what should happen is that you will say to the person, well, listen to me, it's really difficult to do a rescheduling. And so in order for that rescheduling to be done, X, Y, or XY have to be the case. But at the end of the day, all that was noted is that you're realizing that you want to tell the Grenadian people that, hey, they just do that to disturb. Last year it was done peacefully. No disturbance. So what could cause that the opposition just up and just simply now want to boycott a financial meeting for a year ahead the budget reading? When Miss Pierre presented, she said it. She said it to us. She said last year, even while at the same meeting, so many changes, so many inclusion, so many things to be said, so many persons did not know, and so many corrections were to be made. So it's not something that they don't want to be a part of. Last year they gave insights and corrections. Why do you believe that this year they want to do something to boycott it? And then Mr. David sits in the press conference this morning, and then a date mentioned, and he's unaware. Because as Ms. Modest was mentioning, the initial documentation say budget presentation on the 8th. And now we're hearing it's on the 4th. So, as someone is saying in the comment section, is it restorative justice? Is it the fact that you now have the power? You now have the power to do this. And what baffles me most, ladies and gentlemen, is the sentiment shed by persons who are not simply understanding what is. And I would say this again, ladies and gentlemen, supporters of the new National Party are not used to losing. You all are the ones that have been disgruntled for more than 2 decades. So losing is not part of us. So don't come and talk about how we lose and how we feeling, losing is not part of us. Losing is not part of us. We don't know about losing. We're a party who are supporters. We know of victory. Victory, no, if we don't know about losing. Anybody to know what disgruntledness would feel like would be your supporters. We don't know about losing. That come like a shock to us. So you come in every time that we speak about you want to do this and we want to do this. We do this for 2 terms with nobody sitting on the other side of the table. For 2 terms. But you're all political leader and prime minister. And who sits under the same banner. You see, at the end of the day, these guys and them just start to embarrass themselves for themselves. They just start to embarrass themselves for themselves. And with so many old guards now involved and integrated within the National Democratic Congress, I can't believe that your political leader and prime minister went so far as to going into St. Lucia and embarrass all you. Listen, and I want all the old goons that have been supporting the NDC from since Lane Kane, even to your victory in 2008 that you exalted for and from, all your political leader and the prime minister of to date have the reason why all you lost.
In 2008, after a decade in opposition, the people of Grenada elected the National Democratic Congress into office. And within 2 years of being in office, the division started. Men who had power and who couldn't even use the power started to fight for more power.
Nazimbok, you talking about. Tillman Thomas, you talking about. All you talking about. Mr. Andal, all you talking about.
Let me say that again.
Thank you.
Men who had power, the people elected them into office. They couldn't use the power for which the people elected them.
Frank Abonadin, you talking about. You, all you talking about. Sylvester Koalis, you talking about. All you talking about.
But instead of using the power to do the people's work, they started to fight amongst themselves.
NDC supporters that supported since 2008 that you all elected an administration. That is who we talking about. All you we talking about. That is not an NNP supporter running down the 2008 NDC of Tillman Thomas, in which when we talk about Tilly now, all you want to kill us. Look, he's speaking about the same Tillman Thomas, the same Nazim Bok, the same Sylvester Qualis, the same Frank Abonadin of 2008. That is the same people he is speaking about today. Not NNP that's speaking about it. He, the political leader today of the National Democratic Congress, he is in St. Lucia telling St. Lucian this.
Parliament couldn't sit because men don't have a majority. Elections were called in 2013. The party that I now led, after having a 11-15 majority in Parliament.
You hear how much he had? 11-15. Grenada. First time I heard the House of Parliament in Grenada have a 11-15. He's in St. Lucia saying that. He's in St. Lucia.
Parliament lost every single seat in the 2013 elections. Instead of learning from the lessons and saying, let us put our differences aside, let us come together for the people of Grenada. In 2008,
all you ask to play it again.
After a decade in opposition,
Get it.
the people of Grenada elected the National Democratic Congress.
Get the team of persons. Stack them now. Get the team of persons. You hear disrespect? That is what you call disrespect. That is what you call disrespect. Not understanding the people who laid the platform, who paved the way. Not respecting the people who came before you. So don't feel him not respecting Keith Mitchell and the opposition leader in St. Lucia is a two-day thing. It's not a two-day thing. It has been embedded in him to disrespect people of his past. And so hence the reason why today, when you see lighting thing and the talking thing on Maurice Bishop and Gary, Papi show. Because he does not respect people who laid the platforms for him before. Can't tell me you stand on the same team. The same team. You sit in the chair. The person who you're speaking about, in whose success. So you're saying to the Grenadian people wholeheartedly now that the 2008 NDC was a Papi show. This is not the NNP speaking. This is the political leader of the same National Democratic Congress. Blatantly disrespecting the team of men and women who attempted to rule this land in 2008. And you're saying to me that this gentleman would ever have respect for anybody who came before him? Continue to light candle for Maurice Bishop. Continue to light candle and call Gary name. It is a Papi show. It is a joke. You cannot say to me that this gentleman in his right mind would even speak about that. Would even speak about that. We know of many teams in every aspect who would have had a chance to reign and may not have kept the reign. But the thing about it is keeping in mind that the persons who laid the foundation. How long have we known Brother Tillman Thomas been dedicated to the National Democratic Congress? And Nazim Bok. That everybody would win and reign. And that is the pros and cons of victory. That is the pros and cons of life. How many times have we seen, even here in Grenada, Hollis Map, and I will call his name. How many times Hollis Map would have defended a crown in Grenada? None. He knew how to win, didn't know how to defend. But can we say as a people in Grenada, go anywhere in the world and say to our people that, hey, Hollis Map was a joke? We still exalt him for his victory. We will exalt him because of his success. And you must give to Brother Tilly and them, and as you mentioned, for after a decade of being in opposition, they fought the good fight. Any one of them could have get up and left. Any one of Tillman, Thomas, and Nazim Bok could have get up from the floor and left, walk out. They stayed the course, along with Peter David, who today sits on the other side. They stayed the course. They remained there. They fought the good fight while sitting in opposition, as you said, for more than a decade, because they wanted the opportunity to serve the people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And you belittle that as a young politician, as a young prime minister. You went out there and you disrespect them to that level. And then people are going to say, hey, don't worry, man, that we leader, we are the best Mitchell and we like him. Some of all you're working on all your brain and all you don't realize it.
And within 2 years of being in office, the division started. Men who had power and who couldn't even use the power started to fight for more power. Let me say that again. Men who had power, the people elected them into office. They couldn't use the power for which the people elected them.
Tillman Thomas.
But instead of using the power to do the people's work,
Nazim,
they started to fight amongst them.
Frank Abodadin, Adrian Thomas. Listen.
Because men don't have a majority. Elections were called in 2013. The party that I now led.
The party now
after
led.
Having a 11-15 majority in parliament.
The party now led.
Single seat in the 2013 elections.
And you expect this gentleman, at the end of the day, anywhere in the world, to have respect for anybody after doing this? His political party, his successors, is who he just disrespected. Not at home, but regionally. On an international front, because there was a convention. And you're saying to me that this is morally correct, that we must embrace something like that. He blatantly disrespected our 2008 political leader and prime minister. That is what he did. He went out to St. Lucia and said to the people in St. Lucia, in 2008, we would have seen the worst political party and prime minister and politicians. That is what he said. Indirectly. This is what he insinuated by mentioning what he just mentioned. And you're saying to me, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a political leader and young politician that is willing to respect the people in whom worked this place for 50 years. This gentleman stands in the House of Parliament and says he saw nothing done within the past 49 years as we go into a 50th anniversary independence celebration. And you expect him to reschedule a meeting for the House of Parliament? Joke all you're making. His arrogance precedes him. He's way too arrogant to be that humble. Does not even respect the moral of life. And you're saying to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is a gentleman that is willing to respect our elders. Why do you think he removed the 150 without a sweat? Why do you think he do it? Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you play. This is the premise. Like somebody asked me just recently, Prince, how come you don't call the man, you don't call the man as it relates to what he's been alleged for. Let me tell you something, people. What I've learned in Grenada. People don't elect a person based on character. After this general election, I don't believe that people are no more concerned as it relates to the characteristics of an individual in electing him or in office. After I see what happened in the south of the island. No more will people listen to character assassination to determine a parliamentary representative. So the more we speak as it relates to sexual affiliation, or bongs check, or bongs vehicle, drinking alcohol, beating who, beating man or woman, persons are still going to support. People are going to throw their support behind this gentleman no matter what. For whatever reason, I don't know. So what we have to start to do is put the work. Let we see the performance during governance. That is how people elect government. Because we go along the last campaign and we talk about this one doing this and this one signing check and this one doing this and this one about subjects. What did the people of Grenada do? They went into the ballot, the different polling station, and they elected these people. So character assassination does not, at this stage, determine whether or not an individual casts the ballot for a person. It could be the worst. They're going to vote for them. But we have to start putting into perspective things that are important and of state. Things that we see that is being developed as opposed to what is not. And hence the only reason we can move forward in bringing those things to fore. Understanding, ladies and gentlemen, that at the end of the day, how are we to move forward? How are we to move forward if we're not respecting people of the past? People who dedicated, people who give time, who gave monies. Go into a foreign island and speak this utter nonsense. So in 2008, the persons who elected the administration were dum-dums. The persons who voted Brother Tillman Thomas and Nazim Bok and so on, they were dum-dums. They didn't know what they were doing. And today, he stands in the House of Parliament, also recent, after a sitting, and says he's putting Nazim Bok in charge of a board. A man that is, who's leader, who in his mind, is morally greedy. That's why you telling people, you don't know how to deal with leadership, but you put him in charge of something. Frank Abonadid, I believe, is in charge of something too. Sylvester Qualis, I believe, is in charge of something too. All of them, that when given power, they don't know how to handle it. That's what you said. That's not my words. That is your words. You saying to the Grenadian people, you saying to the Grenadian people in the same breath, oh, we love our people that came before, and so there are people that we need to respect in their footsteps. And you go and you say that? Somebody tag Brother Nazim, but I don't feel they see that yet. But we had the exclusive clip. Right? So we continue to move on. Sorry. Realize that today I changed my cup. I'm taking this thing serious now. Green cup. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an 8-minute long extract. An 8-minute long extract. And we want to put out the disclaimer very early that this is not a supporter of the New National Party. Person that would be presenting is not a supporter of the New National Party. I don't think he has a very little affiliation with anybody in Grenada with the New National Party, because he basically is making the request that he wants to speak with the opposition leader of Grenada. So, get your popcorn. Get your popcorn ready.
Year after year, where were you when the Chasnays contributed to the development of St. Lucia and the poor families in St. Lucia? Where were you, Mr. Mitchell? To come in St. Lucia and disrespect a man who provided employment for hundreds of St. Lucians and have contributed to the development of the nation. Shame on you. Let me go over. I don't want to hear no more. Mr. P, I'm going to talk to you about fashion soon. Most have say hack sakave mo ka di tuka the beti. You can suck your di troop. Toof. Let's go to work. So let's go over to Grenada now. And I'm going to be reading from, let me see, I wrote it somewhere. I'm going to be reading from the news today there in Grenada. And I quote, bear with me, I will open the lines. I quote, the Deacon Mitchell, and I'm quoting from a news outlet there in Grenada. So I'll remind Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Deacon Mitchell-led administration is running the risk of losing a lot of supporters from the middle and lower levels of public service due to its continued failure to liaison the influence of many of the operatives of the former ruling party. Let's put that there. The Grenada Police Force. Sexual harassment within the Royal Grenada Police Force. High command officers of the Grenada Police Force, and this rings a bell. Duh. According to Marvin, hello. Good. Hey, leave Marvin alone. Leave my brother alone. What's wrong with you? So wait. So while Mr. Mitchell is in St. Lucia giving Alan Chasney mépris, one man mépris, he is having a problem in his country. Huh? Okay. Sexual harassment, Grenada Police Force. Several female officers came forward and launched complaints, official complaints of sexual harassment within the Royal Grenada Police Force. 2. St. George's, Grenada. Grand Anne's Home of the Aged. Now, you might not be in charge of that one, but let's go there. The Home of the Aged, they are looking for intervention from Mr. Mitchell. Because I will show you. We have the files, Mr. Mitchell. Look, people. This is outside. This is outside of a senior citizen home in Grenada. So instead of bringing your garbage from Grenada to St. Lucia on Sunday, you could have taken that garbage to your dumping place somewhere in St. George's. Let's go on. But let me show you again. Look at the garbage. Same garbage he brought to St. Lucia on Sunday. He took it back and he put it outside of the senior citizen home. And the residents are asking for his intervention to remove the garbage from in front of a senior citizen home. Where is government officials to protect our senior citizens in Grenada? Where are they? They're in St. Lucia calling a national non-national. You're all looking for trouble, right? Come. Y'all come. Yeah. So let's continue to remind Mr. Mitchell of the issues in his country that he needs to focus on. 3, according to Mr. John Compton, 3, no medication for a woman bitten by a mongoose at St. George's Health Center. I stay quiet on that one. I'm just reminding Mr. Prime Minister Mitchell that there's a lot of work in Grenada, not in St. Lucia. We will take care of our problems in St. Lucia, which is the St. Lucia Labour Party. No kaiwa power recall, Mr. Grenada Prime Minister. Go clean up your garbage by the nursing home and go help the police force. Give them all the tools they need to stand and defend these police women. It seems like there's a trend in the Caribbean. These police women who all they do is leave their home to go and work, and they're being sexually harassed by law enforcement who should be protecting them. Go deal with that, sir. Philip Jeppe is yet to deal with his in St. Lucia. Mempuel. Well, I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if I did that right. I don't know Patois. So please, Mr. Mitchell, is not me, is I just mix up my words. Membet. Mempuel. And if si ou jouer avec ti chien ou kay hen flis. Where? Go deal with you all similar problems. So the woman get bitten by a mongoose. The woman get bitten by a mongoose in Grenada. Not a snake, you know. A mongoose sweet moon come here to part to Grenada. And she goes to the hospital in St. George's at the health clinic. And there is no medication for her. Sounds like a similar problem in St. Lucia. Don't let no mongoose bite you, Mr. Mitchell, in Grenada, because they don't have medication in St. Lucia too. So as you in St. Lucia, parfait PS mongoose, shazu. Because no pani medication, St. Jude. Maybe you're a customer of no medication, so but come on, mongoose. The mongoose bite the woman, morde famla ale St. George's Health Center, pani medication, famla.
Sorry. Let me enjoy a little music after that. I realize already him. I just want to play that song right here.
Innocent bullet, your family big. Small island people, they all related. I bounced up this guy we flew from New York. He started to give me this family song. His last name was Bullet, his first name was Fred. Throughout the island he told me the family spread. I thought I didn't want to believe him when he tell me tight he was Bullet. He mentioned the fellow on the dock. I know I knew that for a fact. I had to take in the whole top when it started to trace the family back. Oh, that day when we landed in Point Salin, who you think that came and you him tighty pulling. Man, I went with them to the city, then we met one of the family, Taki pulling. DJ Punkin kicking like a mad, who get away on the Esplanade. Ray pulling. Man, there's plenty bulling in the area.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, pause a while because I realized I've always had to have the phone already. Ladies and gentlemen, they say always clean the kakaje in your eyes before you tell somebody about the kakaje in their own. You was out of place to go in them people place and talk about them people. The gentleman in whom you were addressing, and again it goes back to respect, is the most recent Prime Minister who sat on the chair before the present one. And so you went there in blatant disrespect to the office of the gentleman. Again, insinuating based on what you hear. You go in them people place. Go on them people stage. And mentioning or insinuating or making the application that the people there do not elect persons that are non-national. A gentleman who sat as prime minister from 2016 never brought forward any evidence that he's a non-national of the country. So he's not an individual who's simply wanting to take up office. And so you went in them people place talking about them people and don't expect to get fired. You feel that it's in Simon. You feel that it's in La Sagesse. You feel that it's in Cuthbert Peter Spack. No, brother. I hear when they walk out, right now I believe you will get a piece of deacon with barbecue sauce in St. Lucia because they well roasting him over there. I feel you could get a piece of deacon with fries and wedge. Force the roasting him over there. As old people could say, you too ending. You too in people business. Lane college galavatash. That means keep yourself in your place. Talesh magas cash. Keep your ass quiet. How you reaching them people thing? You get a little invitement. You get a little invitement to somebody's event. And my belief, and I'm standing corrected, I'm subjected to correction. It is not an election year there. I think it was just a convention. And the person would have just invited the individual to come to the event to speak. And so as a regional invitee, most of the time you go and you speak on the prime minister or the developing state. So you would go there sometimes as foreign persons may come here and you have seen it before. They may exalt Dr. Mitchell and speak as it relates to the development that is happening in Grenada and so on. But you don't hear them lambasting the opposition. You don't hear them coming here and speak. Remember the young lady, the young minister we had from Jamaica during the campaign on the NMP trail? She spoke on a general. She never attacked anybody. But according to old people, you're so fast in your... You go in them people place. Go on them people stage and talking about a political leader. This is a gentleman who owns the position as opposition leader. It means that he have people behind him. There is people that supported him. People who elected him. But you bring yourself for blows. And now, Grenada on display. Grenada on display. Lane Kasha like a mashka. Clean the place in Granans. Not me that say. It's not me that say. Jole Kala Malax Gesh. They say your thing going on in the police force. Geshe Health Gashmo. They say you do a thing in the hospital, you do a medication for a lady that get bite by a mongoose. Not me that say. Keep yourself in your place. You don't know her body to take blows. Keep yourself quiet. Well, I believe the man bring on the pathway in me today. When I heard this morning, I was astounded. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. You go into a regional island, ladies and gentlemen, the respect to be extended is that every politician, yo, listen to me. You understand me? Listen to what I'm saying that is. This gentleman that he spoke about in the next general election can become the prime minister of that place. And so you would have to meet this individual in official settings. Take it to mean that you would now have to greet this gentleman when you stood in his country and saying to the people, insinuating that he's not from the country. That is not politics, Mr. Mitchell. That is not regional politics. If you wish to go and exalt a political party or an individual, most time you hear persons come here, oh, they know Dr. Mitchell a long time and they know his leadership and they realize through his leadership X, Y, and Z. That is how you get invited to a place, and that is the things that you're expected to do. You go to a place, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the exaltation. You don't go and try to discriminate another man's political party. That is not your work there. It is not a political campaign. You are invited to a convention. It's an in-house. It's not a political meeting. In its sense, you go there, you speak to the people, you let them know, well, you're from Grenada, tell them things that are happening here, but then again, what is happening? That is the next question to be asked. Yes, Kala. Moshe Popo Toot. Don't go in a people place and pick about the people. That is not your business. That is not what you do. You go to a place and I see Dr. Mitchell being invited to Jamaica. With the party in Jamaica. As they say, it's a sister party. And they go and you hear they speak about Dr. Mitchell. Even the introduction, nice introduction. And he went up there and he spoke about his friendship with the political leader and other members, and he spoke. That's what you do. But you go over there. Porsche Gala Mokot. Nothing don't happening in Grenada. That's what I mean. But you go over there talking about people business. Hey, well, how you did so? How you ending so? Hey. That's not your business. It do have medication here for people that get bite with mongoose. Not me, that's... I never hear that yet. Liquor boy, you do damn alright. No walk no food tonight. You playing big and you feel you bright. No walk no food tonight. Liquor boy, you do damn alright. Every day you going and drive, you don't doing nothing for the country. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. Somebody say, what is it? Sakitan Palelot? No. Sakitan Shelly Lot. Who here shade for the others? He out of place and out of order. Dance in your section. You ought not to do this. Have many seats. Go back on many visitations by Dr. Mitchell and others when they visit member state. See how they present themselves. See the decorum. See how they carry themselves. Listen to the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brother Deacon Mitchell for you. This is our Prime Minister and the political leader. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna always say that. No matter what you tell me, there are positions that require experience, ladies and gentlemen. There are positions that require experience. Age bring reasoning. And I would go down dying saying this. An experienced teacher, an experienced pastor, an experienced politician. Don't come and tell me to lead a country that when you go there, you go learn. That is people's business that you're dealing with. You don't play with that. You don't elect people and say when they reach there, they go learn. This is not the proper procedure to run in a country. That's not a bakery. This is not a bakery. You are dealing with the pros and cons of individuals throughout the length and breadth. People of different walks of life. Your understanding alone of your community and society differs. What you meet in Guelph, you don't meet it in Victoria. What you meet in Sussex, you not meet it in Grenville. And so you can say to me that you openly thought that, oh, they're young and they're inexperienced, so let's give them a try to see. This is not politics. This is not politics. This is not a small industry that you make a mistake and you say, well, okay, we had to make 500 cake or 500 buns and the bun, and we could just take it and throw it and then make another 500. This is not that. This is not a teacher going in a classroom and because they're young, they made a mistake and you pull them aside and you say, watch, tomorrow when you go, you could make that correction. This is not that. A simple stroke of the pen and it can create chaos. Simple stroke of the pen. Simple things that we may just look oversighted in governance can take a whole different turn. So as I said, the individual tomorrow wins the general election in St. Lucia. What happens? You go and you shake your hand and say, hey, you know right politics? That is not how it is. That is not how it is. Remember Dr. Mitchell and Dr. Gonzalez going at it? And because of age and experience as statesmen, what they did, they meet on a political front, understanding that they both need to rule country and mind their own business. That is it. Two grown, experienced politicians. They had a little thing during COVID-19. And due to Dr. Mitchell's experience, the same Brother Gonzalez had to humble himself because what Dr. Mitchell spoke about, it came to being and he had to take it to media. When COVID take out in the backside of the... You can't go into a member state, ladies and gentlemen. You don't do that. And for those of us who listened the entire thing that the gentleman spoke about, you don't go into Russia and do that. You ever see bigger countries do that? They invite Obama to Africa and Obama running down a regime, or he goes to Russia and you don't do that. You don't do that. And it's all because you don't know when persons, and that is the Caribbean politics. Today, you're in opposition. Tomorrow, you're the prime minister. And you of all persons should share that experience in your mind. I mean, you wasn't the opposition. You was nowhere. Gentleman sat as the prime minister before. Now he's sitting at the opposition leader. Think of your position. You were nowhere. You was nothing close to politics. And today you are the prime minister. Understand that is politics. You go in them people place, talking all kind of thing. And now all them people, them old people, dirty, leaning is for the world to see. All because you don't know how to keep your tongue and mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. They're not your business. Hey. Dance in your section. Horseways told you so. All about you from St. David. Dance in your section. That is not your section. Get in your section. You know we do good. We things are bright here. Things are bright here for that. Hey. Things are so bright. He bad. Hey. And you just want to... I'm hot. Prime Minister, I have to sit down and hear they calling me Prime Minister Tom and Jerry. Oh my goodness. In the spirit of Jericho. Table knock. When better can be done, Put it in the comment section. They say when better can be done, what? I hear somebody saying it. Let me see if one person not go type it. When better can be done. Where you guys in the comment section? Let me go. I'll just slow on Facebook. I'll just slow on. Let me see. When better can be done. Kid smart. Let wars continue. Let wars continue. You have to wait. Let us wait. Use outer place. Look my friend Che. Che, you like my honesty. The Prime Minister was out of place. Can't go in a man place and talk about the people. and usually as Grenadians, we defend our own. But you don't give us a reason to defend you. You don't give us a reason to defend you, brother. You don't give us a reason to defend you. You go and talk about them people first. Usually when we have to fight for Grenadians, sometimes they don't really do nothing and people attack them. Talag Marshall like a boat. Bring your ass back home. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't defend him. I mean, we go try, but can't tell people you don't looking good. You don't looking good for us. You don't looking good for us. To the people out there in Carriacou and PD Martinique, don't forget you can get all your delights at Mr. Grill International for your food and tasty. So don't forget to check out Mr. Grill International. All right. Sailors Promotion in collaboration with Fusion Restaurant and Bar. They present Bingo and Dance. That would be this Saturday in November. Starting time is 2 p.m. Bingo will be at 6. Cash prize $1,500. You can get other prizes like grocery vouchers. You can get blenders, pressure cookers, cases of beer, mattresses, and so on. $20 a ticket. After which you can dance to the music of DJ Infinity. Baby L Promotion presents Miss Royalty Queen Show 2023 on Friday the 24th at the Grenada Youth Center. Where's in the National Stadium? Advance ticket is only $25. You pay more at the door. Starting time 7 a.m. Remember, I am your host for the night, Royalty James. I would be live and in living colors. Don't forget G Buggers. They're located on Wall Street in St. George's, and so you can get your stuff there from the wonderful buggers anytime. All right, December the 31st. December the 31st. Yes, we present. Let me see the promoter. I don't think I have all the information here. Right. So they say in here, Grenada Top DJs, premium cash bar, complimentary hours. All right, and that would be at the Blueberry Hill in Parklet in St. Andrews. $75 for the ticket. All right, so I'll get more information, and maybe next time I will disseminate more information, but the information on that flyer is a little bit scanty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, somebody says 7 p.m., sir. No, today are hot. I can't. Today I don't want to ease up on them, because when I hold them. And to the people in the diaspora, get yourself ready. I am coming to New York next year, please the Lord. I don't know when yet. And it is free to see me. It is free to meet me. Can't come off on Labor Day. So next year, you don't have to pay nothing to see me. He's an ugly guy. I don't so handsome. More than likely, I'll be coming with my wife. So I don't come to look for no other person. So you all can see me next year in America for free. Large Connect Lot. Kudos Magas Beach. That means I'll be there on time. I'll be dressed in a blue top so you could see me. No monies. Yeche, Mass Mosplay. My first trip. I have dedicated that trip to myself. I am going to be in New York next year. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next year, please the Lord. I know I would be in New York City. Remember, I told you that Labor Day next year, I am in New York City. All right, don't forget this one. All right. Somebody would have sent me a little voice note, boy. But I think I guess I know what she sent me. All right, so let me do that one time before it's too late.
Brunch is your thing? Then get ready for another sizzling event as the Carrico and P.T. Martinique New York chapter of the New National Party host a fundraising brunch on Saturday, November 18th in Brooklyn. Join us at 302 East 91st Street between Lenox and Claxon for a culinary journey like no other as we serve up the finest fried and escovitch fish. Just picture yourself indulging in crispy golden brown fish, perfectly seasoned and cooked to perfection, along with cuckoo, rice and peas, chicken and pork. This is not just any brunch. It's a chance to support a great cause while enjoying a delectable meal. Tickets $25. Available by calling Nisha at 347-683-1997. Jacinta at 917-615-4918. Or Wilson at 917-754-1319. It's from 12 noon until, with music from DJ Gemini. Spread the word and bring your friends and family along. The NNP Carrico and P.T. Martinique New York chapter fundraising brunch, Saturday, November 18th.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so don't forget to be a part of this one. I see somebody asking me, well, how am I reaching to New York without a passport? I see somebody going in New York by just voting a political party. I mean, what? Passport good for? What a year day. Hey. Well, I see a man going to New York for just voting a political party. What are to get passport and all this thing? Hey. And look at how much people are saying they going already. I could take a little thing on their passport. So I go free to do that then. Take a little thing on their passport. Anybody taking a little ride? Go in somebody's suitcase. Grenada, it was a wonderful evening. A wonderful evening being able to, communicate with you guys again. And a wonderful evening to the people out there in Carrico and P.D. Martinique. Again, it's always a pleasure to, be able to communicate with you guys. Glenda Robinson have been the featured Facebook presentation for the past few days. She's been really stying. I pulled her into office to speak to her. I gave her a letter to bring for her mother. I'm hoping to speak with her mother tomorrow. But Glenda Robinson has really not been behaving herself. And she's been really going at it. I see Che is on here too. So two of my classmates, they were going at it. But I had to speak to them. I spoke to Che mom over the phone. She said she's going to speak to Che. But Glenda, I'll pull you in office. It's important that I pull you in office. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I aforementioned, it was another wonderful day to be in your presence. Thank you for welcoming me into your home, being able to give me an audience. I realized I would have had today my record-breaking I had a record-breaking viewing. I'm seeing 526 views over on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page. That's 526 views. Concurrent viewers is 188, and here on Facebook, I went up to like about 170 something. All right, so it means that I am saying something good, and I'm saying something that most persons may want to hear. Maybe not everybody that have to hear, but I'm saying what most persons may want to hear, right? Remember, democracy is an open judgment to elect a party, right? It also gives you the right as an electorate to openly speak as it relates to your freedom of speech, as long as you're not obscene, insultive, threatening, or in any way defamating anybody's character. And so, ladies and gentlemen, hence the reason why I take pride in not spreading propaganda, but more so I take pride in giving relevant information that is of pertinent importance to persons who are willing to listen to me. All right, so I want to say good evening to each and every one of you guys. There is a young lady, I think that she's celebrating her birthday tomorrow. I think her mommy would have extended. I think, if I could remember clearly, it's Delana. Glenda is back on your place again, Che? There, you all are going to become good friends. I would see to it that you and Glenda become good friends, right? I just don't like the personal assassination sometimes on that you guys take. However, I want to say good evening again. Somebody say a nice case of wine along and Edlin Frederica to defend. They can't defend that because there's nobody here in Grenada. They might go and dig up the individual's information, but there's nobody in in Grenada to say this. And that is why I took the opportunity to play the clip instead of speaking on it just like that. I wanted them to hear it for themselves. But again, I want to say have yourself a wonderful evening. It is 7:16. I really went over my time today. But however, so Edley David, his birthday is today. All right, so Edley David, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Most persons are born close to December. They must have feel them and Jesus is friend. A little indignant too much. All right, so thank you again for tuning in. Have yourself a blessed evening, and we would see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. This is yours truly, Royalty James, signing out for another wonderful evening. All right, God's blessings. We would see you again tomorrow.
like they just come to take my money. Yo, di yo ka importe changement, men nou pa ka